Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Nails Are a Lifestyle. Today we are all the way in California, West Coast, with Miss Annel at the Nail Studio. Say hi, Annel.
Hi, my name is Annel Aguirre.
Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Nails Are a Lifestyle. Today we are all the way in California, West Coast, with Miss Annel at the Nail Studio. Say hi, Annel.
Hi, my name is Annel Aguirre. Welcome.
Hey, Annel, you using your phone?
Yes.
Can you do a spin around with your camera real quick? I mean, I know we're gonna do the tour with the videos, but I'm just so anxious to see it. I
Uh-huh.
really am.
Okay, give me a minute.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Beautiful, beautiful. Are you in there by yourself or do you have
Yes.
another?
Yes, I currently have this station available,
Okay,
and this is me right here.
cool. All right, girl, come on. Let's get to it. I got a lot of questions now. What part of
Okay.
California are you in?
I am in Dinuba, California.
Dinuba. I never heard of that.
Nobody has. I'm from a very small town. I'm in the Central Valley.
Oh wow. Okay. So so take us back, right? So how did you get started? How long have you been doing nails? Like,
Wow. Dinosaur years, many years in the nail industry world. It's been dinosaur years. I started when I was a very young little girl. I knew I always wanted to be in the beauty industry. I loved everything in the beauty industry. But I was 13 years old when I first picked up an acrylic brush, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do, you know. So
mhm.
I just started doing nails when I was very young. Any little money that I had growing up, when my dad would give us, just some money, and I would spend it on nails. And I would buy everything nails that you could possibly imagine that I would find back in those times. It was like, Kmart, it was the Swamp Meet, it was Rite Aid. It was whatever I was able to find nails. So to that's how I started. Even using as toothpick, I would use a toothpick to draw, little flowers. I was grabbing my hair, ripping off my hair so I could do lines, on as far as nail art. Like, I would find anything just to create. So
Wow. So
yes.
question, because I know, so when I started, of course, like there wasn't social media, we pretty much just had magazines to try to figure out how to execute the end result. I'm not sure, like when you started, like were they even doing acrylic? Was it just press-ons? Was it just silk wrap? Or you just
No.
doing designs?
It was acrylics. That's what I started off with. That's what I would see. In the beauty industry, I feel that most of us artists, we're very visual, and that's how we learn because we all
Mm-hmm.
speak beauty. So for me, I'm a very visual learner. So I would see how they would apply nails whenever I would go to shops. And when I was in high school, I had a part-time job. So whenever I'd get paid, I'd go get my nails done, and I would see and I would ask. But like you mentioned, we didn't have social media. We didn't have what we have now as far as like nail artists trying to teach and educate, upcoming nail artists. So I I did struggle because nobody wanted to help. Nobody wanted to let
Yeah.
me know where to buy product, what kind of product, as far as like, the good product and whatnot. So I didn't have that. So it was basically a lot of trial and error, of course. But my friends and family members were really gracious enough that they still let me do their nails.
Do you remember like the first acrylic brand that you started with that you probably used for a while? Like what
Oh,
was the acrylic brand then? What were
oh
you
gosh.
using back then?
It was Kiss, the press on.
Mm-hmm.
It was Kiss. It was like I remember using Tammy Taylor, back in the day, because that was big. She's still big now, but that's what I remember. Like, oh my
Well,
gosh,
she still started in California too, right? Tammy Taylor started in California.
I believe so. Yeah. So even going to beauty school, that's like her name was all over. So for me, it was using, hey, I'm using, a Tammy Taylor, so you learn.
Gotcha. So if you started at 13, like when did you go to nail school? Like how old were you when you were doing the nail school?
I went to beauty school right after high school. As soon as I graduated, I knew that I wanted to go to beauty school. So I graduated in May, started beauty school that summer.
Gotcha. And then like you started beauty school, meaning you had a cosmetologist license or it was just nails?
I took a cosmetologist course. I did the whole hours here in California, but because of my name, I'm Mexican, so I have my mom's maiden last name and my father's maiden last name. And with the school paperwork and the state of California, certain documents didn't align. So when it was time for me to take state board, they didn't allow me to take the
What?
test. Yes. So I had to fix all the names that were, one, it was misspelled because my name is not common. Two, I had to add one of my mom's maiden last name because it was easier to add her than to remove. So that took a couple of years and some expenses.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So you already had the hours. You had to wait a couple of years to take the test until they figured all of that out. Wow.
Yes. So by then, I already, was a mom and, single mom doing nails on the side, from home. I was home based for a long time. And then, it's like I cannot be working two jobs. I cannot be working, like my life was very hectic at that time. Single mom, three kids. I was working at a packing house and I was coming home doing nails in the evenings. So it was a lot until, it's like I need to go back to school, like, to get my license because I can't be living like this. So I went back just for my nail course and
So
I got
when
my
you first
license.
started out, were you doing hair? I know you went to beauty school, but did you go to beauty school so you could do hair as well?
I did. I was doing hair, makeup, brides, like quinceañeras. I was doing the whole thing because I wanted to do it all, which I did. But you learn that what your passion is, and my passion has always been nails.
Yeah, and can you imagine, like, because I always be saying, like, you can't really master all of those skills. Like, you might be good, but you have to put all the energy in one just so that you can really master it. Because even still, like, if I've been doing this for 23 years, like, and nails is always changing. I'm talking about every 90 days, like, it's just something else. And
Yeah,
trying to keep up with that, and you're trying to be the best, like, that's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Tell us
correct.
about your first salon experience when you went to a salon.
You know what? I was grateful for the opportunity because at that time, like I said, I had gone to beauty school. I was home based. So when one of my friends reached out, like, hey, Annel, I'm opening up a shop. Like, there's a booth space available. It's like I really need to commit to this, and it was beautiful. It was a big shop. There was a lot of hairdressers. I was not the only nail tech. There was a lash tech. Like, it was a pretty big salon where I was at, and I was there for a couple of years. So I was thankful and grateful enough that the girls from the shop, are still my friends today. So, you have that bond of a friendship plus coworkers, and
Mhm.
it's just beautiful.
So because I'm sure you gained a lot of clientele there. Did you just leave because you just wanted to step out on your own? Or what did you go after that?
You know what? No, when I was home based, I was very thankful enough that it was all word of mouth. Like I said, back in that day, we didn't have social media. There was no, like business cards, at least from in my point of view, like I'm not doing that. So it was all client based. My clients, I was mostly referrals. That's how I worked, so clients would see my work and then my clients would refer me, and that's how I started gaining my clientele. So whenever
Mm-hmm.
I got to the shop, I already had a very good clientele based. I got really busy, and to the point where I wasn't taking any more clients. So I was very thankful for that. And that just became my income. So I was really proud of myself. Like I said, being a single mom of 3 young ones, it was hard, but I decided to, this is what I need to do. And I need to, go with my career and what I love to do and make it, full time, and make it more than anything, my income. And that's how I provided all of these years for my children ever since.
Got you. So, have you ever been in a salon space that maybe you didn't stay there for like 6 months or anything? Like, I can't stay here. Like, this is not the right environment for me. Did you have any bad salon experiences?
You know what? No, like I said, at the shops that I was in before, prior to owning my own, they were friends, it was family. So there was no, I didn't ever feel like that. So I'm thankful for that, because you hear these horror, stories. Of course, there's always going to be someone or something, what I mean, going on in the uh business environment. But by the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, till this day, I'm thankful that, what, I was working for many years at shops at a time, so didn't have a bad experience, I would say.
So you went from that shop to, well, from home, from that shop, and then to your own.
No, my friend, when that shop closed, one of my friends opened up another shop, and that's where I went. So, and I was there for years. She sold it, but at the same location. Another friend bought it. So I still stayed in the same location
Got you.
for
And how
years.
long have you been on your own now?
For me, here at this shop, it's 3 years. So I'm fairly new. I finally decided, what, had an opportunity, and it's like I took it. I'm like, thank you, Lord. If it's for me, open the doors, and He did. And now I'm on my own, because as a nail tech, or just anybody in general in the beauty industry, your wishes and desires have all, will always be like your own space, your own shop. So for me, I was like, I'm gonna go for it, and I'm thankful I have been. I'm alone right now in my shop, but I'm very hopeful that it's gonna fill up, and someone is gonna come, and I'm gonna you know have that opportunity for them when they're ready.
Got you. So it doesn't seem like at any time, because I know sometimes I'll interview people and they'll be at a turning point to where as though some of the experiences that they've had in the industry left a bad taste in their mouth, and they'll be like, you know what, I just can't do this anymore. I'm just ready to go. Have you had any of those experiences at all?
You know what? No, my experience as far as the beauty industry, it was more like, Anel, you need to snap out of where you're at that time in my life, as in business wise. Like, what else can I do to be better? What else can I do to educate myself, to separate me from what my neighbor is doing down the street? Like I said,
Right.
I come from a very small town, so there's a bunch of shops around here, a lot of local talent. But at the same time, my mentality was like, what can Anel do to separate herself from my neighbor? Why would they want to come to me? So I had more of that mentality, and that's when I really took my business and career more serious, started getting educated. And I feel education is not talked as much in this industry, but I mean, I feel we need to. And I'm thankful for the
Yeah.
opportunities with social media nowadays. You know what I mean? Only because we need to educate ourselves, because in this industry it's evolving so much and it's growing so much that we we can never know it all. So
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I started with the education side in 2011. Because, like I said, by then not being in social medias, if I saw that there was going to be a class in another state in the back of a magazine, like I would have to register
wow.
that way, getting on airplanes then. And that's when I knew, like, I was always just thinking bigger, like, it has to be something else. And then since I've started podcasting, COVID has birthed so many nail techs. It has flipped the
Right.
nail industry into a whole different direction. And I mean, you
Right.
are in California, which to me is exciting because I know a lot of manufacturers, you guys with a lot of classes there. Like that's the place to be.
You know what? Yes. And it's funny that you say that because everybody thinks, oh, California, you're in California. But like I said, I'm in the Central Valley in a very small town. So out like say for instance, LA is like 3, 4 hours from here. If I want to go up north, it's 3.5 hours as well. So I had to travel. If there was a nail show, if there was a class or anything, I always had to travel as well. But
Mhm.
like you- um but I did it because like I said, it was for, it was a gain as far as experience, as far as education, in for my career. So it was doable.
So do you think that you would want like a new nail tech working with you, a seasoned one? Who would be
I,
I guess go ahead.
sorry. You know what? I actually love teaching. I love teaching the new young nail techs that are coming up. You know what I mean? Only because we, like as well as we've been doing this for many years. So the fact that I'm able to teach my experience and teach my knowledge, and teach what I know, I love to teach anybody that comes, anybody that asks me. I don't like to gatekeep. I'm like, where can I help you? So
Hmm.
wherever they're at, if I can help, I'm willing to do so.
Well, perhaps you can start a mentorship, some type of mentorship program. You ever thought
Yes,
about that?
I've actually looked into any of that, but those require different licenses. But yes, I've actually have looked into something like that because like I said, the education part really does, catches my eye, as far as like what else can I do, after, I've been doing this for many years, our hands will start giving up or not, our backs. So it's just like, what else can I do?
Yeah, absolutely. So what type of licenses are they asking for? Like not to be like an instructor, but if you had started your own mentorship program, what type of certifications were they looking for? You said you need a different license for it?
Yes, you obviously need an instructor license, and I would have to go back for my cosmetologist license just so I can be that type of mentor.
Okay, okay. Now, would you take an so I guess you would take an apprentice. Would you do an apprenticeship in your salon? Would you do that?
Yes, and for me to do so, I would have to become a cosmetologist.
Oh, real that's see, and that's in
Yes.
your state. We don't have to do that here. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially this year, the law has really changed with the nail tech industry.
Okay.
You can't booth rent, now you have to basically be someone's employer. It's an ugly law that took effect this year actually. So
Wow.
yes.
Think that when I was in Philly, I think they told me in Philly they can't booth rent as well. Everybody's commission based.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah, you
yeah.
either put them on payroll or do it by commission.
I wonder why. I wonder why they did it. Do you know?
I don't know the real reasons behind it. There's a lot of rumors as far as like, oh, when COVID hit, everybody started, I'm self-employed. I'm a nail tech, So I'm pretty sure they saw a lot of nail techs working and they're probably like, hey, how can we, because now we have to get our business license besides our manicure's license,
Hmm.
so I'm thinking and wondering that's how they're going around it, but I don't know the real reason behind that.
It's possible they wasn't getting their cut, so I'm sure that's probably had something to do with it or that. All right, so of course, so you said you do like to teach. Um, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in the
Oh,
industry?
honestly, teaching. I love my clientele. I'm thankful for each and every one of them. Yeah, I have very faithful clientele that have been with me for years and years. So but like I said, teaching for sure, hosting classes, like being able to see someone grow from when they started to what they're at now. It's beautiful for me. It's just like, like watching your child grow up. So it's a
So
beautiful
in your
feeling.
state, you know how a lot of nail techs they might post on their Instagram page like They might host classes and all that. So you're saying for you guys to do that, you have to have a certain certification just to host an acrylic class or a nail art class. Are you saying that?
No, no, not
Okay.
necessarily. No. That's if you
Okay.
want to have like a school or long term mentorship. You know what I mean? You have to have certain licenses for that.
So
But
did you start that yet? Did you start any like doing any of those small ones yet? The small classes?
no, I do a lot of one on ones. I do a lot of small private classes, like for a day. I'll do those.
Gotcha. So what acrylic brand are you using now? Are you using Valentino? I mean V Beauty Pure?
The Beauty Pure, yes. I'm currently an ambassador for the brand. So
Okay.
this is what I use. Yes.
Flawless, because I mean I see that you got a nomination for acrylic application of the year, so you should be teaching. How did you feel about that when you heard about that?
You know what? I'm still kind of soaking it in. I'm very thankful. I feel honored more than anything. You know, like I said, I'm come from a small town. You know what I mean? So I love what I do. I've always loved what I do. You know, so I honestly feel very honored and thankful. You know, grateful for the opportunity. And you know, I just told my husband last night. You know what? It's a nominee, and I'm thankful for it. You know, so for me, I'm already a winner along with everybody else that's nominated, you know, in the
And
beauty
the
industry.
work speaks for itself, though, and you can definitely tell. Like the work
Thank you.
speaks for itself. It's definitely it's clean. It's so clean.
Thank you. Means a lot.
Yeah. Hey, how many children do you have? I know you said your mom.
I have three children. They're all young adults, college. So, yes, don't be doing the math now.
Oh, listen, I got two, and one of them's 30. So hey,
Oh, hey, okay, you look good.
thank you. I'm doing my best out here, girl. I'm doing my
Right,
best.
yes. Yes, I have three children, you know, so they're young adults and they still all live with me, you know, and they know that mom does nails. You know, even when I was back home, a lot of clientele still remember when I was rocking my youngest, you know, in her car seat as I was filing their nails because I was home based. So most of my clientels, obviously, that are still with me now know my children.
Got you. So, did anybody follow in your footsteps? Does anybody like beauty?
You know what? My youngest daughter, she loves to draw. She's more on the artistic side, but they're both following nursing. They're in the nursing program, so in the medical field.
Okay. Now, since you had a lot of longevity in the industry and you were able to see a lot of trends come and go, from your perspective, what do you think is probably the worst thing that has happened to the industry?
Oh gosh, the worst thing? Like styles, you mean? I
Not necessarily styles. So, okay, so I'll give you an example. So, in my point of view, I would say, like, I get that COVID had birthed a lot of nail techs, right? So they came up through social media. So I feel like, yes, they may have the technique, but some of them lack the customer service side. Like everything, they don't want to talk to you. They have all of these rules, like you can't get in contact with them. Like to me, it's pretty much it's so Hollywoodish. I don't know how to
the
explain it.
professional side of it. For me, it's more of the professional side of it. You don't, most of the new nail techs, you know, they lack that customer service. Where I've
Absolutely.
seen, you know, where, like I said, this is where the education part comes in. They lack the financial aspect of it. They lack the business side of it. You know, they like what they do. They're trying to master it, and so most of them have mastered it, and they do beautiful jobs. I've seen girls that have been doing nails for a couple of years, and they do amazing. You know, but sad to say, not everyone has that customer service, that professionalism in them. You know what I mean? To provide certain services, you know, with customers because you are dealing with customers.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the sad part. Hopefully, it won't be the downfall of their business. I know there are a lot of trendy nails out here, and so maybe their clientele is just chasing trends, and they don't really care about the customer service because they may be the same age, so they probably resonate with them as well. So that's another thing that might work in their favor. I definitely get that. Which one do you prefer, long nails or short nails?
Honestly, I've always liked long nails. Currently, I'm more of a medium almond type of look, But I like everything. I do everything from very natural short nails to long to almond stiletto. And there's some that I won't do, like duck feet. I never, don't come at me. Anybody that does, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just me personally. I don't like saying no to customers, but I will say no when it comes to duck feet.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't do those as well, and I don't do like extra, extra long extendos. I don't do that, but pretty much everything else I do. So the majority of your clients, are they, I'm sure they're probably majority acrylic, but are they short, long, almond shaped? What's the favorite nail shape
Right
of your
now, it's
clients?
almond. Right now, almond is very trendy. And because I do acrylic, I also do build gel, and I also do rubber base, structure manicures, so that's base, but almond. Almond for sure. Nothing, more medium long has been more of my average clientele.
Hmm.
I'll have clientele like that want the long, squared, sharp nails. Just like sometimes I'll have just the plain, solid, short girl natural look, rubber base. It just depends.
Well, you're definitely going to have to train your replacement because it seems like you done mastered all of it, and I'm sure they're going to miss you because I'm thinking about retiring the end of this year, the beginning of next year. So I know that your client, you will have to get yourself ready to transition. Like, who's going to take your place?
Right, right. And you know what? I love networking, so I see a lot of local talent that I love supporting these girls out here, so for me, I still think I don't know it all because I don't, and I
Hmm.
love to learn. So I'm still, even in right as of right now, I'm still in the learning process. So many trends are coming up. Aquagel is new, so new to me at least, dual form. So I want to complete, master that as well. So I don't think there's a replacement. I just think there's like everything else, evolves, and there's girls that might be young and will, take over and do bigger and better.
Oh
So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, for myself, like I said, there are so many nail styles and trends and formulas and all that stuff that's coming. And I just said to myself, I am not going to try to keep up with all of that while you're trying to. If I was looking to still do nails, maybe for another 5 to 10 years, maybe. But when you're trying to transition out, like to me, mentally, it's just over. It's just really overwhelming to try to actually keep up when you're trying to
yes.
transition. How you're gonna to move out? So ah, I get
I
it.
hear you. No, I definitely hear you. It is hard. It is hard and it is overwhelming because it's like, hey, what do I have today? I have nothing but builder. I have nothing but nail art. I have, like colored acrylic, or I just have, like a little bit of everything, So I'm thankful I can say I offer all these services, but at the
Mhm.
same time, I still want to master new trends, and it does get overwhelming. Even for your own, for the client sitting across from you, they're like, what is this? It's so new to them, so
Mhm.
most
I'm
of
gonna
them
tell you
are,
what's funny
uh-huh.
because I'm looking at all your colors in the back, right? I'm gonna tell you what I feel like was so funny with the clients. So, especially the clients that's been coming to us for years. Now we already know there's so many primary colors, and then when they get a new color, it's only a half a shade off. So they'll come in. You got any new colors? I'm like, these it's the same ones from last year. Like, is it another bottle? Like, it's so funny to me. I'm like, you show me in the magazine where there's a different color. Please show me what these colors are, y'all. Please.
Yes, I'd be like, do you want a dark pink, a hot pink, a pink, a soft pink, but it's still pink?
Yes, yes. That's
Right,
just the
right.
funniest question to me, okay? All right. So as we come to an end, right, I want you to give the audience some advice and some encouragement, but you cannot say just keep going and stay motivated. You can't say that.
Oh, you know what? I always love to say, keep shining. I tell that to everybody. Just keep shining. Keep doing you. Keep following your heart, following your passion. Master a craft, one craft, master it, and then move on to the next. You know, don't Don't let nothing stop you. Life is gonna happen. Don't let nothing stop you. Keep on pursuing your dreams. Keep on mastering and being better than who you were yesterday. Don't compare yourself to nobody, your work to nobody. You are you, and you're created and you are gifted. So just keep on shining. That has always been my words to everybody.
That's a word. That's definitely a word. Now, do you have any regrets at all? Is there something you wish you would have did like a long time ago, or?
Definitely, definitely. I think putting yourself out there, there's a lot of fear in that. Like, I like to talk, but at the same time, I'm shy. I get nervous. I get sweaty. You know what I mean? Like having to talk in front of like public speaking. You know what I mean? But do I regret maybe not starting way before and continuing and really pushing? Because I've done it before, but I stop. I do it, then I stop. So my thing is just keeping that momentum. You know what I mean? And letting go of actually thinking that you're not capable, you can't, you're not good enough.
Mm,
Having getting that away from your mentality. But yeah, of course, definitely, I do, not that I regret, but what I would want to just stick to it and move forward. Yes, definitely.
yeah, that was a good word. That's definitely a good word. Your future is definitely going to be shining the way it already is now and now.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, guys. So we're going to come to an end of this interview, and we guys will see you next week on another edition of Nails Are a Lifestyle.